Turn the camera on. Bids Committee and Infrastructure is now in session. Dominic, you're in charge.
Thank you.
Would you like me to do roll call?
Yes, please.
Okay, David is absent. Ed Grossman is absent. Dominic is here. Stuart is here. I'm here. Patricia's here. Bob's absent. Joanne is here. David Boaz and John Hester is here.
Dennis,
Dennis Burrows, I'm sorry.
We mustn't forget Dennis
we
tonight.
have quorum.
Proceed.
Okay,
Can we take it down?
Yep.
All right. First item is a new railing to be installed at the pedestrian entrance at the Haverhill entrance, Century Boulevard. Take a look at the picture. This is our pedestrian entrance. The problem we're having here is at certain times in the week, there's a backup at the pedestrian entrance. And what folks were doing was going into the oncoming traffic lane to get into Century Village. So we want to avoid that.
Okay,
Daniel came up with this idea to put these, this tape up. And what we did over the past year was experiment with length to see how far we needed to go out to make people uncomfortable about jumping in the street. And we got to this light pole and it pretty much did it. My original idea was to make a fence identical to the gate fence, that aluminum white fence.
right.
Dave Boaz dissuaded me from that, and I agree. Thought it'd make it look like a cattle pen. So what I did instead, if you take a look at the proposal, is to put up a 2-inch tube railing, which matches the tube railings we already have on that along that road. And it's what's the height on it? I forgot already. 3 foot high.
Three.
Same as the one. where-
Same as the one, yeah, we told them to match it up, and that should be enough for them to
To dissuade
not
them.
to dissuade them, and there's a middle rail, so they won't jump through.
I can see some 90-year-old guy trying to flip over that.
Yeah, listen, it'll happen.
Good luck if he can bring his leg up there.
So anyway, I think this is a project worth doing. I already have budget working on the wrecked out pipe railings. They're gonna be putting those in tomorrow. You guys approved that. The whole project comes to 5197. And that's all I got. I'm beyond getting proposals for this budget just keeps coming in low, high over and over again, and I'm very happy with their work. Sure.
Fine with me.
I'll make a motion that we accept the budget French proposal for $5,197.
I second.
Seconded by Dennis Burrows.
Anybody have any questions about this monumental project?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Kill them.
Good
Good idea?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
absolutely.
See people getting killed or hurt.
Exactly, because there's more.
Dominic Garnado
Yes.
voting on it, yes. Stuart
Yes.
Richland. Fausto, yes.
Yes.
Patricia?
Yes.
Yes. Bob Rivera, Joanne?
Yes.
Okay, Donald? You
I don't
don't vote.
I don't vote.
No,
Judy's no more. Dennis Burrows.
Yes.
John Gregg is not here. And Richard Hamilton, Jerry Satowski is not here. David Boaz.
Yes.
And John Hess.
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 yeses. Okay. And no nos, motion carries.
did they know about this meeting, by the way?
Yes,
Okay.
okay.
All right, I'm gonna bring you to the next one.
Nine.
9,
All right, the next project is,
It was here.
7, 8.
we're at paving repairs.
He doesn't vote.
Sorry, you're correct.
Yeah, I don't vote.
That's why I
let's
asked.
go to paving.
37 locations.
I just yammer on and on. Yeah, look, this is the once a year. We just
Yeah.
do, got the golf cart. Ronnie and I did all of the walkways. And I said, you know what, this time I'm not even messing around, let's just do them all.
Okay.
So we did pretty much the whole track.
Okay.
almost all of these bumps and lumps are from roots, so the roots have to be
Yeah,
removed.
the same thing throughout the village.
This problem is not going away.
No, it's not.
We tried root barriers, we tried all kinds of crazy nonsense. Bottom line is, once a year, we have to fix the walkways.
Okay,
So that's pretty much, I stopped with the pictures, it's enough.
I make a motion that we accept Atlantic Southern Walkway asphalt repairs in the amount of $19,698.
I'll second
That's working out to $7.29 a square
it.
foot,
No,
all right?
Now you can discuss it.
I'm all discussed out.
There's bumps, there's lumps.
Well, you know what, I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit, because Ed Grossman's not here, and I know what he would say if he was here.
What would he say?
If we're throwing all this money into these walkways, shouldn't we just rip them up and redo
No.
them?
It's a lot more money.
Well, yeah,
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
well, I'm all money, but that's, that's a fair question. How much money are you throwing in for something? But here's
The
my,
roots are gonna keep growing and it's going to happen.
you got my thinking exactly.
So why would we spend that kind of money?
Exactly. We could just keep patching from now to the end of time. Doesn't look pretty, but, I mean, we do get slip and falls. I gotta go out there right after this meeting. Tony called me on one over by Dover. So it's maintenance, guys. We just gotta keep doing it.
On the South Shore, and I forgot to mark the street down, but I
It
didn't
has
wanna
to
take
be
my
done.
walk tonight. There's two places where it's cracked. And I can see where your toe could get.
Since you're walking,
Yeah,
when you see the crack like that, what I do is I do the old lady shuffle like this. And if my toe kicks up, then I know that one's gotta be worked
I
on.
did that.
You take a picture with your phone,
I'll take my picture.
take another picture of the closest building so we know where it is.
Yeah.
And I go out and, spray paint it and put a cone.
Okay,
I ride around with a cone in my car
all right.
24/7
Yeah,
for
that
that
one has
reason.
a hole in it, so it's a little, yeah, I'll tell you on my walk tonight.
All right, that's all I got on this. Dave Boaz, you got anything?
No.
All right.
No question?
Always impressed. with
Yes,
the
John.
Right size for equipment.
Yes.
Yeah.
John, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I was wondering, is there any particular area that is more prevalent to the root problem?
Yeah.
That we could replace the tree with a different type of tree and eliminate having to repair the sidewalk all
All
the
right,
time?
first part of your question is yes. Most of the heaviest place where this happens is East Drive, which is where we have the most trees. We have
Okay.
Stratford on one side and you've got
That's the place.
deciduous trees there. Is there a tree that does this less? I'm not aware of any. If palm isn't even a tree in it.
Right.
Don't take much.
That's about it.
So I really don't think so, John.
Just
and-
curious
and-
thought.
And listen, as much as I'm not supposed to thin this place out of trees, I'm here 8 years.
Mhm.
All I've done is take out trees as they become takeoutable. And I've replaced barely none. At some point, somebody will make a
Yeah, I
statement,
know that.
and I'm gonna get a bill, and they're gonna say, you owe us this many trees, in which case,
No,
as
then
you
you'll
said-
do it.
well, no, when that day comes, and hopefully it never will, but I think it will at some point. At that point, we'll sit down, we'll bring in a professional and we'll say, let's pick a tree that will satisfy the shade requirements of the county, but give us the least amount of trouble and also situating them.
Yeah.
Do they have to be right next to the,
I
Yeah,
don't think that's true, because an arborist has been in here once or twice. We cut a tree down, not we, with his permission. I cut a tree down at the end.
I cut tree downs all the time, as long as they're sick or damaged.
Well, the
But you are
bats and the-
supposed, you
the
are
bats were-
supposed to,
Not this tree,
right.
not this tree.
There are certain trees that you can take out if they are invasive,
Exactly.
like, I can't even think of them, but.
Well, this tree had ants, rats, whatever, hiding in the, no, the tree that got hit by the lightning, he was really pissed about. Because it was an olive
was the
tree. and
black
it was
olive.
going all over.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate black
Well,
olives.
we had to replace it and we did.
And the story of the black olives, because they stain if you don't
I
constantly
don't
spray
know
them.
that.
The story is that when Yuko put those trees in, when they got the list of all the trees that they could go for, guess which was the cheapest on the list?
Oh,
The black olive,
Black olives.
because nobody wanted it.
Remember the tree that fell on my car? He had to replace it with two, first it got fined.
I
The
remember.
tree was blocking the traffic, so you had to take, it was in a catch-22. It was blocking the traffic, it was a 70-foot tree. And Fausto had the man come in and cut it, and then he got fined because he cut it.
Yeah.
And then he had to replace it with 2 or 3 trees.
That was Mr. Gallagher, remember?
Yeah, I hated that. The reporters would come and I'm like, what are you doing here? What do you want from me?
And just the other thing before you guys vote on it,
The car that got hit.
getting this kind of work on the books.
Yeah.
Helps us when we get sued, and we do. This helps Tony pay. So, we have a regular maintenance program, and, look, here's what Donald did.
I'm never opposed to stuff like that, never.
All right, guys, we'll call it fast.
Okay, a motion to use Southern Atlantic Walkway asphalt repairs in the amount of $19,698. The made motion by Fausto, seconded by Patricia Caputo. Okay, Dominic Garnaja,
Yes.
Stuart Richland.
Yes.
Fausto, yes. Patricia. Bob Rivera, Joanne.
Yes.
Okay, Dennis Burrows.
Yes.
And David Boaz.
Yes.
And John Hess.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 yeses,
Okay,
no nos,
carries.
carries. Good to go.
Next,
pay him insurance.
right, exactly. Exactly.
Okay,
Now,
Yes, sir.
sometime you ought to get Ronnie to give you an estimate on saying, how much would it cost for us to tear up 1/4 mile of sidewalk,
Walkway?
walkways? I bet you 1/4 mile putting in new is probably gonna cost as much as what we're spending to repair.
Plus, you would have to take into consideration removal of all of the offending trees and
No, I-
replacement of
Yeah.
those
My
trees.
point is,
Yeah, no, he's saying that's a
to
cost.
do that is that here you have some ammunition to show to somebody
Yeah,
why we're not doing it this way.
Mhm.
Because
because
it is not.
I'm surmising when I give you these answers, but I don't, he's right, I don't have anything to back that up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, common
Yeah, get
sense
the
though,
whole
also, like I said, if we
picture, yeah.
replace it,
All right,
That's
waste of money.
did we vote yet?
we did.
We
All right,
And vote passed.
all right, I want to get on to the next thing.
Plug
All
in,
right, look,
where's the plug in?
this is for chargers for the vehicles that we're gonna be having next month. End of last year, our security contractor gave us a Christmas present unexpectedly. They're gonna replace 2 of our Rover vehicles with brand new Nissan Leaf electric vehicles, which could save us as much as 2/3 of our gas bill. It won't quite be that way because electric costs money too, right?
Exactly.
But it'll be less, let's put it that way.
Okay, less is best.
And what I like even more about the electric vehicles is you got three times a week, you're filling up these vehicles. They've got to go to Wawa. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, say 12 hours a week, just filling the things up, getting gas in them. And that's more time that they're on our roads driving around.
Gotcha.
The other thing that I made sure about this with the electrician is in an emergency, our generator will power this building, which will in turn keep those 2 cars charged. So that's, from that standpoint, I think that's a good thing to have. Our cars we won't be dependent on whether the gas station's giving out gas. Anyway, when we got hit with this, I already had an estimate in hand from Plug-in Stations Online. This is Brian Duran. Brian is a reseller of a product called ChargePoint. Now, the reason I had this in hand was Yuko was considering putting in paid charging stations at some sections of Central Village that people with electric cars could, and they would have to use their own credit card.
Right.
So I had this in hand and I threw it in. However, this isn't what we need
Okay,
because all we're gonna be doing is charging up cars that belong to us. We're not gonna, there's not gonna be any accounting function.
gotcha.
We did ask this vendor if he would give us and we asked a couple of times, I think yesterday we finally got to him, but that we don't need a charge point for this particular application. What we need is a simple charger, an exterior
Gotcha.
really what you would put on the side of a single family home. So this came to, all in 9,800 and change. With an annual network management fee, which we don't need. So I'm kind of putting this one to the side. There's gonna be a point where we're gonna have to put charging stations in for the residents. My thought is the two places we're gonna put them is the cable office and the Plymouth Laundry, because they're inside the gates.
And what is the cost of them?
Well, when time comes, you'll know, $9,800 per station. Plus a yearly fee. But that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing is charging up two cars that essentially belong to us. I just called our regular electrician, TSI Electric, told him what I needed, explained to him that it had to work with our generator, because that's important. And he just came up with a product. Thing is called Freak something or other. It's just a simple 220 charger, fast charger. It hangs on the side of the wall. It's exterior rated. Has two plugs, two cords. It will be on the back wall of this building, and the charging time is going to be at night between 12 and 11 and 7. So
And what
they're just
prevents anybody from using it?
well, my thought there is I can put a hood over it with grommets and a
Okay,
padlock.
that's what I was thinking.
Also, these cords, they don't have to hang here. They can be kept inside the vehicles, because
Okay.
only those vehicles will be using them.
Okay,
We'll work out the security, but you're right. Not to mention, there's a camera staring at these things, so,
I know, but still, you know,
and we also,
somebody could come in and take it anyway.
we also have security guards that come by, at least hourly, night and day. Also, when is it gonna happen?
Well, you
If
don't
it
know.
happens during the daytime, we're gonna know.
What if somebody,
And
it's
if
3
it's
o'clock in the
nighttime?
morning, everybody's tired,
But the cars are gonna be charged.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna be
The
charged.
cars will be blocking it.
But Friday morning and Saturday and Sunday all day nights and really.
Yeah. My thought was,
Secure.
I played around on the internet and I see what they do is you get a form-fitting hood, waterproof with grommets on
I
it.
mean, it's not a big
Put
thing.
Put a padlock on it.
It's too exposed back there to that open property.
Yeah.
And with too many people just wandering around going, oh, what's this little
But
thing?
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah,
if they
just
play around with it,
vandalism.
yeah. No,
More-
Donald has the right idea.
Yeah.
The other thing is we could put a switch in line on the inside, and when they're not being used.
Kill the power.
One of those,
But what
one
if
of
they
those,
play
like,
around with it?
the phone
No,
companies
they
use
can't.
those.
Actually, there is a switch, because it's gonna be wired to a breaker box.
Right.
It'll have its own breaker. When
Right,
it's not being used, click,
Yeah,
It's
I
dead.
just like.
If somebody wants to mess with it, they're gonna mess with it, whether there's juice going in there or not.
That's like I said.
We have to have it, so let's do it.
5750, you guys all know Steve, he's done all our work, including up our, on our generators.
I don't know, but that's
I-
good.
I'm not gonna lie to you and say I know anything about these chargers. I trust this electrician. He says this one's okay. There's a warranty,
Okay.
If you watch This Old House, they just did that on them.
Oh, really?
Is that right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
How
Any other-
long do the cars go before they have to be powered up? Charged?
I don't know, Dennis, it goes by how fast they go, how much weight's in the car.
Oh,
Let's go see in this property.
Just so you know, the plan is, this is only gonna be for the two regular
I got
rolls.
it.
yeah.
Replace the Toyota Corollas.
Yep.
And
thank you, Stuart.
charging time, they're gonna charge at night, overnight.
Stewart votes
And
yes.
then with the one rover that's works at night, he's gonna drive the supervisor's RAV. So that's the plan. So our part is to get this thing in.
Did you hear me, Stewart said vote yes?
Stuart, all right.
I
So
vote
I'll-
yes.
I'll-
We have to make the statement.
It could be a long time to take a charge, but you've got one sitting idle and the other car out on the road.
No, they're both gonna charge at the same time.
At the same time?
Yeah,
And-
because those don't get used at night.
Ah,
We have 3 cars. One will still be gas. It's a supervisor's vehicle, and that's what the overnight rover will use. So they worked it out.
All right.
Okay, the motion was made by Stuart Richland, electric charging station at the UPO office. The vendor is TSI and the amount is $5,750. Stewart made a motion. I need a second.
One second.
All right, so. Dominic made the second. Okay, Dominic, I'll start with you. Okay, yes, Patricia,
Yes,
Joanne,
Yes.
Dennis Burrows.
Yes.
David Boaz
Yes.
and John Hess.
Yes,
8 yeses, it passes.
yay.
All right, guys, Dennis, are you on the,
The actual plug-in station yet?
say again?
We just voted on the electrician.
No.
No,
that's the whole-
It includes the, charger.
putting everything in.
We voted
The
on,
difference is
You said $5,750.
it's a wall unit, doesn't need a credit card, doesn't need anything. It doesn't keep track of how much electricity is being used. You plug in your wire and it works.
But we're not getting the other thing.
Plug in, no.
no,
Not, all
No,
Very good,
okay,
right,
but that wasn't explained.
Yeah,
Dennis, are you on the security committee?
yes.
All right, good. Since we're all here, I got a
Yeah.
quorum of the officers and two security, committee members. I got a private matter I need to discuss. I'm gonna close the doors, all right?
yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Can we terminate? It's an infrastructure.
Meeting is adjourned.
Please adjourn. Right, that's what he said.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.